All right, great to connect right now with Miles Byrd. He announced the decision on Instagram on Wednesday, withdrawing from the NBA draft, returning to the Mesa for a redshirt junior season, posting on Instagram, if you missed it, unfinished business and back to work. So, Miles, first of all, we always appreciate your time. I hope the spring has gone well. Obviously, it's been unbelievable here for you over the last couple of months, all these opportunities at the Combine and crisscrossing the country. So thanks for hopping on. Congratulations on everything. And what led you to make this decision ultimately to come back to the Mesa?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, John.
Of course.
Obviously, went through the process. It was a fun process. Got to learn a lot, compete against high-level players. It's always been a dream of mine to play at the next level. And I feel like I just took a step closer towards that. A lot of traveling, a lot of playing. I'm in San Diego for the weekend, so I'm happy to be back in beautiful San Diego.
It is a beautiful. You picked the right weekend to be back in San Diego. It's never a bad time, as you know, to be in San Diego. Miles Byrd is with us right now. Describe for our listeners this process, because the season ends, and we can get into that. But you then start a training routine in Los Angeles to get you ready for the Combine. You get the invite. What was the process like in LA? Because you've been working out with some of the top college players in the country, like yourself, right?
Yeah. So took about 2 weeks off after the season. I don't know the exact, probably around early May, mid-May. Moved out to Los Angeles, Glendale to be exact. Out there with about 5 other pre-drafters. Our agency, we go 6 days a week. Mostly just the mornings. You go lift, do a lot of working, a lot of conditioning. And that was about a month process. And then, all 5 of us got the Combine invite. We went to Chicago out there for a week and got to do all the measurements, the testing, the shooting, and it's just been a lot of work the past 2 months, I would say, and it's made me a lot better player.
Describe the experience of the Combine, because it's something you were going through for a first time. It's not just games, obviously, it's interviews, and like you said, it's those measurements and everything that plays out, off the floor. What was that experience like?
Yeah, most of it is off of the court stuff. I did 13 NBA interviews with GMs, assistant GMs, scouts, and got to introduce myself not as a player but as a person to these organizations. And so we had a lot of interviews, did a lot of testing, a lot of physicals, trying to make sure our bodies are right for the next level, of course. Obviously the playing part's the most fun part for all of us. Got to go on the court and compete a little bit, run up and down. So it was a fun week. It was a fun week, long week, but a really fun week. And, you get to learn a lot. We had multiple meetings with the NBPA and, got to be around guys like Andre Iguodala, who's talking about his experience in the league and just learning from a player's perspective.
Miles Byrd with us right now, San Diego Sports 760, home of the Aztecs, back for his redshirt junior year. So you talk with these GMs and these scouts and these executives. What's some of the best feedback you took away from some of these conversations over the last few weeks?
I think they all love me as a player. They all love me as a person. There's obviously stuff I could work on to put myself in better position, like fine-tuning my handle, getting my shot more consistent, obviously working on my body. So, those were some of the concerns from them on that end. They all see me fit as a possible second-round draft pick. It was kind of me just deciding to come back to school, graduate, and do that stuff here and put myself in a better position next year.
How valuable is it? I'm thinking about, your family and your mom and dad, and then, of course, your dad who had a standout career, played professionally. When you have that type of support system to lean on throughout a process like this that not everyone has, how valuable was that for you throughout this last couple of months?
Oh, it's huge. Being able to go in there with a support system that has your back and, will do everything in the best interest for you. It helps you out a lot. It takes a lot of stress off of you. You're not making these decisions alone. And you also have just a second opinion on a lot of things. Like, I could talk to my dad about how do you think I played today in the Combine games. And, Coach Dave flew out, so I was able to go to lunch after the first Combine game with my dad, Coach Dave, and, kind of recap, talk about what we got on for tomorrow. So, just having the support system is always big.
What is it about your game? Because you really flashed during the Combine. It was so fun to watch you. You hit like 5 threes in those games. You're making plays everywhere, offensively and defensively, like you have at San Diego State. What do you think it is about your game that when you have the opportunity is going to translate so well to the next level?
The biggest thing I think is effort and energy. I think anybody who has my measurements and plays as hard as I do is setting themselves up for success. I think not only that, but just my feel for the game, my understanding for the game. I grew up in the gym watching my dad's team for much of my upbringing. So I've seen so much basketball be played that I just have a good knack for what's going on the court, good understanding, and I'm very coachable.
Miles Byrd with us right now. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, announcing earlier in the week he will be back for his redshirt junior season. Miles, what is it about San Diego State, man? You never wavered there. You were either going to be an Aztec alum or be back as an Aztec, as I think you were quoted by Mark Ziegler a few weeks ago. And I remember in maybe February you were asked about it, and you kind of scoffed at it. You're like, if I turn pro, great. If not, I'm going to be back at San Diego State. I mean, you didn't even entertain in this whole new world the idea of entering the portal or going elsewhere. What is it about Sdsu that continues to draw you back?
It's just family over here. I built a relationship with them when I was in high school. I've trusted them with my development the past 3 years. For me, it's just like it's unwavering loyalty over here. I see all the coaching staff as family. AG's on staff. He was my teammate at one point. So we got a bunch of guys in here that, I've been with for the past 3 years. They've seen me grow, mature as a man and as a player. A lot of college sports is politics. Like you see a bigger conference name and you think, oh, that's a better opportunity. But we're playing in a league that's gotten 4 teams in on average the past 3 years. I've been in the tournament every single year that I've been in college, which not a lot of guys can say. I wouldn't want to leave a place that I'm comfortable with and know when it's a great opportunity for me here.
When is AG's wedding, by the way? Was he married already, or was that coming up?
It's on Saturday. That's what I'm here for.
Amazing.
That's what I'm here for.
You gotta have so many. You gotta have so many Aztecs that are around this weekend, right?
Yeah, no, there's a good amount of us back. We're I'm about to probably meet up with Jay Lee and Jared Barnett and maybe go get some food with them. So it's good to see some of the older guys come back and redo San Diego like once again.
No doubt about it. Miles Byrd is with us right now on John and Jim. So you know better than I do, your team for this upcoming season is completely loaded. Just completely loaded. But you know how a process plays out. Seasons are long. It's a journey. What's it going to take to get to where you want to go with this group?
I think just building that bond off the court early in summertime. I think the biggest thing about my freshman year team when we went to the national championship is that's the closest team I've ever seen in any sports. So building that bond off the court is just going to make your on-court game even tighter. The talent is definitely there. The experience is definitely there. We've had almost 8 guys have a whole entire season under their belt in the Aztec jersey. All it is work. We're going to be in summer pushing hard. We got a good mixture of young guys and old guys going to be competing for minutes, and I like it. I think it's going to bring the best out of everybody.
Dutch has talked a little bit about this, but how motivated are you and your teammates based on how last season ended, specifically in that UNC game?
Yeah, no, I think, the way I started to look at it is it was a great season. We accomplished a lot of stuff that people didn't expect from us since we were such a young group. It was a great season with a rough ending. And, you don't forget the sour taste that left in our mouths after leaving Dayton, getting blown out by UNC in front of a national crowd. Like that you don't forget that type of stuff. So, I know for a fact I'm motivated. I hated how I played in that game. I didn't get over it for a minute, honestly. So I'm bringing that firepower into next year, and I assume everybody would be doing the same.
With all the whirlwind of your last couple of months, have you allowed yourself, now that you've returned to San Diego State, to think about what it's going to be like when you're reintroduced to the crowd opening night at Viejas Arena for your 4th season at San Diego State? Have you thought about what that's going to be like to be back in front of these fans for another year?
I can't wait, man. I think everybody knows how much I love the Aztec Nation. I love the show. I'm excited to get back in Viejas, play in front of our home base. Not only that, but also go to Vegas and bring home base with us to the players there, tournament early, and just got a lot of hype built up for this season. I'm excited for football season 2, though. I think every sports season is a good one. So everybody better tune into football as well.
I'd love to hear that. Love to hear that. Of course, Aztec football will get underway a couple of months before Aztec hoops. You mentioned something earlier as well, and I think I saw you quoted as saying something to someone on social media like, I'm coming back to improve, to graduate, and to win a national championship. But I want to touch on the graduation piece because you're going to be, again, it's becoming more rare for a player to spend 4+ years at one institution. I mean, how important is that for you? I mean, you're setting yourself up for beyond basketball. You're going to have a chance to walk away with a degree from San Diego State, right, within the next year?
Yeah, most definitely. I know my mom's really happy about that. Get to go back to home base, finish my last year. I've done a good job of staying ahead in school, so I'm almost should be done at the first semester. Taking classes to just get me playing and stay in school for the last semester. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that piece. I know I'll probably have a big chunk of family come out to San Diego in May next year for graduation. So should be fun, and I'm glad I'm graduating with all the guys that I came in with and stuff. So that's also the cool part.
Miles, congratulations on everything, man. Aztec fans have been rooting for you for a long time. I think people have been in your corner no matter what you decided. I mean, you're an Aztec for life. And now that you're back for a 4th year, people are just through the moon, as you know. So we're excited for the fall. Have a great summer. I'm sure we'll connect between now and the fall. But thank you for hopping on and talking to Aztec fans and joining us here on San Diego Sports 760.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me, John.